So, welcome to today's class. So, like I said, today we are going to be moving very fast. We'll look at how to configure subscription, and then we'll look into Azure policy, then role-based access control, and then we'll now do the lab. So, in the next 3 hours now, we are going to be looking at 3 topics. So, we really need to rush it. You understand? So now your company is moving to Azure. As a first steps, they need to obtain Azure subscription. So I hope you understand that before you use the portal, you must have a subscription. So what is your subscription? Your subscription is the way you are being billed. Okay. So any resources that you use on Azure, that is how they bill you. So they use it to collate your subscription. They use it to collate your billing. They call it billing cycle. Okay, so they bill you at the end of a cycle. So for example, if you start your cycle by June 1st, so your bill will come June 30th. You understand? So that will highlight everything that you have used. Okay, so here you'll be learning how to determine the correct region to locate your Azure services. You now identify features and usage cases for Azure subscription. You identify how to obtain Azure subscription. You understand billing and features. They use it for billing. The feature for different Azure subscription. Then use the cost management products for cost analysis. So there's a particular services on Azure called cost management. So what this does is to help you manage your cost. Okay, so you will be following up how this thing is being used and just keep managing it. All right, so let's move on. Like I said, we need speed. So we need to understand what a region is. Okay. Let me quickly go back to this image. Let me see data center. I think this can help. So can you see this image, sir?
Yes.
Let me make it large. Open image in a new web. Hopefully. So share image is. I say how big it is. This is a data center. This is so imagine this one. Imagine what you are looking at. Of course, you work in an oil field, so you have an idea of what this thing is. So the size of what you are looking at. So ile koja warehouse, it's like putting up to like how many warehouses together? I can imagine like how many warehouses together.
Maybe 4 or 5.
Maybe 4 or 5. Me, I'm looking at 10 for me.
I know. Where Nigeria warehouse, but warehouses are really big.
Okay. From your own end, 4 or 5 warehouses, right? So now with these warehouses now, so sharing data center, you only generating power here.
Right.
Can you see only generating power here? Only generating power here, only cooling system here. Sure you understand. So this is the outside. Then power electricity will be maybe from the power line from the federal government or something like that. Get then normally different level of security, like that. So Tabasoro data center, this is how it is. So Tabasoro cloud, you see, this is the physical center of your cloud. Just yeah. So now this is one data center. So now imagine. So the question, let's say I decide to Google and I say number of Microsoft data centers. Enough for me?
200 plus.
So there are physical components, the physical components of over 200 physical data centers. They arrange it into what? Into region. They arrange it into region. And then they are linked by one of the largest interconnected. So they are physically telling you that we have over 200 warehouses like this all across the world. The Amazon that everybody is shouting, only have it. Amazon, the AWS, only have it. So you can see that Microsoft is way ahead of them. You understand? And the same Microsoft now is the one that's using
Amazon
their
is only
own.
for Amazon. Microsoft, all or some other companies employ Microsoft and they use Microsoft.
You understand? Because Microsoft is purely enterprise, and
Right.
these guys they are not kidding. They are not playing. In fact, they are not joking. You understand? So imagine. I just want you to think of Thomas Okwe data center. So imagine this as one. Then they have over 200 of this. Okay. So now I still want to explain this. Now look at this diagram, sir. You see the diagram, yes, sir.
Yes.
So when they say data centers across all regions, so you can see them scattered all over the world.
You have two in Africa?
Yes, there are 2 regions in South Africa. Just 2 regions. So but we see any other part of Africa, but except South Africa.
Only South Africa.
Yes. So now you need to now understand the concept of a region. So your data centers are organized and made available to end users as a region. You understand? So I think the last time I was taking Madam with me, who was our senior colleague, I actually showed her how this thing were arranged. So let me quickly see if I can show you. Let me go to paint. So once I finish this diagram, you take a picture of it. Okay.
Okay.
So now you already know what your data center looks like, right?
Right.
So let us assume this is a data center. This is another data center. This is another data center. So you got to represent the warehouse in Latte really can you see
Right.
got to be represented? Right. So now if I circle it now, this circle now, we got to one circle we will not put any availability zone.
Availability zone.
Availability zone. Good. So now then there's going to be another availability zone here. Then there's going to be another availability zone here. Welcome, Mr. King. Welcome, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. So there's going to be another availability zone here. So don't forget that in each zone there are 2 to 3 data centers, right?
Right.
Now look at this diagram now. Now this data center is communicating to this data center. This data center is communicating to this data center. This data center is communicating to this data center.
Right.
Now, this data center too is also talking to this data center. This is also talking to this data center. This is also talking to this data center. And vice versa. They are talking to themselves, vice versa. So it's not a matter of where one week connection.
Yes.
So the same thing goes to the data center here, data center here, data center here. Vice versa, communication like that. Okay, so it's amen. So
Yes.
here you talk about availability zone 1, availability zone 2, Abi, availability zone 3. Ṣé ṣé ti get bẹ́ẹ̀ sìn? Now ṣé wá rí gbogbo availability mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta yìí sìn? Just follow my diagram. Gbogbo availability mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta yìí sìn. Wọ́n máa kó gbogbo ẹ̀pọ̀ sójú kan báyìí. Òun náà pè ní region. Òun náà pè ní kíni? Region. So in a region now, you might be talking about 9 data centers. Do you understand now? At a minimum of 9 data centers. Check it. So now, if you have if you bring up the map of Africa, the map of America that you are very familiar with, America is also divided into 3 regions. You have the East US, you have the deployed resources, you have the East US, you have the West US, then you have the Central US. Do you understand? In terms of this thing now, this America. So now, so imagine this is your East US. So definitely another region will be what, sir? This region will be your West US.
West US.
Right?
Right.
So you understand, man?
Yes.
So now these 2 regions, how many do you know one bara one sọ̀rọ̀? Can you see? So you understand? So imagine just copy and paste everything tó wà níbí báyìí tí mo ti yà sí East US yìí sí kẹ copy ẹ̀ náà sí báyìí gbogbo nǹkan tó wà níbí báyìí náà ló wà níbí báyìí. So that is how they came about over 200 plus data centers all across the world. So you understand? So now the idea is this: if you deploy a virtual machine, you know, let me yellow color. If you deploy a virtual machine here, so okay, if you deploy a virtual machine here, you can decide to say, okay, I want a copy of my machine in this place. Do you understand?
Yes.
So okay, availability zone 2 level. You can decide to do what we call a geo replication, because I only know they talk to themselves. Everything is just talking to themselves. Let's see. They talk to themselves. So you can deploy a part of your machine here and come and put it here. That is, you can come and back up your machine from zone 1 to zone 3, or from zone 3 to zone 1, or from zone 1 to zone 2. Are you getting the idea now?
Yes.
So, in region, please take the screenshot of this before I switch.
Okay.
So then you can also do what we call a geo replication of your data. The meaning of geo replication is that it is becoming region. That is, if you have a data here, just look at this now. Let's say you have a data here, and then your company, this is this region. Then let's say you have a branch in Canada. Let's turn this one to Canada. Let's say this one is Canada. And Canada is telling you that, hey, come guys, you cannot take our data out of our country. So what do? You will be replicating directly to another data center in Canada. So you understand what I'm saying now? Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, we can understand. I am.
You understand? Do you understand? So you'll be replicating that data. So when your data replication rather, when it's becoming regional, we call it geo replication. Okay. So those are the things you would have learned in your foundational. So that's the most important thing I want you to know about this. Okay. So, but potentially multiple data. So the data center are close proximity and networked together with a low latency network. Low latency. That is, they have the delay is very minimal. Okay. The delay is very minimal. So the two of them, all those things, if you diagram of here, they can communicate together as quick as possible. Okay. So what are the things you need to know about your region? Azure has more global region than any other cloud provider. I've shown you. So Azure provide customers the flexibility and skills needed to bring application closer to their users. Do you understand? So if I'm in Nigeria, or let's say if I'm in South Africa, do I need to go and deploy my applications in East US? No, I will just deploy very close to my region, which is South Africa. Or if I'm the UK, I'll go and deploy to the UK South. Do you understand? The region called UK South. There is UK South, there is UK North, and do you understand? You deploy. So because, for example, if I deploy, I'm in Nigeria, one way or the other, if we have network issue, machine training, you know there can be a lag, right? Like I've said something and you are hearing it like let's say 30 seconds after, or 20 something seconds after, 20 seconds, maybe like 10 seconds after. So that's a lag. That is called latency. Do you understand? Meanwhile, if I'm also, let's say, um, I'm also, if I'm doing this, if I'm doing this training on the virtual machine that is deployed in East US, to be sincere, there won't be any lag because I will be talking from a machine that is located in United States. Do you understand? So there won't be any lag. So these are some of the things that you learn. So Azure, so region preserve data residency, offer comprehensive compliance and residency, and all of that and all of that. So some services and virtual machine features are only available in certain region. Okay. So what are the things you need to know about regional peer? So cannot the regional peer, you know, let's go back to our diagram. So the other time I said East US, then West US. So you can pair this region together. That is, this region can automatically fail over to this region. Let's assume that the whole of this region, something happened, let's say an earthquake, and then the communication broke down. So what will happen is that everything to one region, Oma transfers to this region, Oma transfers to second region, so that we call it geo replication. Do you understand? So because they have been paired together. So I just prefer at least 300 miles of separation between data centers in the regional pair. Let's get. Although this isn't practical and possible in all geographies, physical data center separation reduce the likelihood of natural disaster, civil unrest, power outage, physical network outage, affecting both regions at the same time. So I'm like to get this region, these two regions will be 300 miles, like maybe 300 kilometers apart. You understand? So maybe, for example, if one region is in Lagos, another one will be in Benin. You understand? Benin, or somewhere in Nasaba. You understand? So about 300 kilometers apart. So that if there's a power failure here in Lagos, it doesn't mean that the power failure there in Benin. So that whatever that has been replicated there can automatically continue to work. Okay, so then another thing is platform provided replication. I've explained this one. So I call it, I say some services such as geo-redundant storage provide automatic replication to the peer region. So what does this mean? So you can have your machine here, and at the same time, Keloni copy any east west region. So you understand? But another region, which is the geo replication here. So redundancy means that it's there, it's useless. So anytime you need it, you now bring it up. Do you understand? So that's the meaning of redundancy. Okay. So then region recovery order. So during a broad outage, region recovery order. During a broad outage, recovery of one region is prioritized out of every peer. So recovery happens, for example, let's say there's a data center failure or the whole region fails. then you might want to do what we call a recovery order. So one of the region will make sure that they come up for people to use before they work on the other one. Then there's a sequential update. So plan Azure system updates are rolled out and paired out to Azure region sequentially. So there's always an update all the time. Then data residency, then you can keep your data safe. Okay. So based on the law, some country might say, okay, we don't want our data out of our country. So you can always deploy that data within the region, within the country. So different types of subscriptions. We actually don't need this ones. Let's go. So two type of subscription: development subscription, test subscription, and production subscription. So let's see more here. So now these are how you use your subscription. Currently, all of you are on your free subscription, but our senior colleague has moved to pay as you go because she has finished using her own free subscription. So she has decided to she has moved to pay as you go, which is she'll be charged based on whatever she uses now. Then there's an enterprise agreement, which is where a company will come and say, okay, you know what, I have this $10,000, so Microsoft take this $10,000 while I keep working on using your resources. So after a while, you now make just an agreement between companies so that their services will not go down. So this is just the explanation. All right. So how do you obtain a subscription? You can go through partners. You can do a personal one like the one you did yourself, then reseller and all of that. All right. So here we'll be creating a resource group. So your resource group can be deployed to any or existing resource group. So deployment of resources to a resource group becomes a job when you can track the template execution. So if deployment fails, the output of the job can describe why the deployment failed. Whether the deployment is a single resource to a group or a template to a group, you can use the information to fix any error and redeploy. The deployment are incremental. If a resource group contains 2 web apps and you decide to deploy a third, the existing web app will not be removed. So what are they trying to say? Let's look at it again because I want us to cover a lot, so I'll be rushing. So your resource group basically is like your apartment. So your apartment houses what you have. Do you understand? So inside your apartment, you have your furniture. Inside your apartment, you have your cabinet. Inside your apartment, you have your cooker, you have your fan, you have your bedroom, your beddings, your clothes. You don't think of anything within it. So your resource group is like an apartment that group together all related resources. But sometimes you also group them based on their life cycle or also based on their function. Okay, so for example, if you are in your house now, if you decide to buy cooker, please, where will you put it inside your house?
The kitchen.
Thank you. So you can see. Then if it is pot, you put your pot in the kitchen, right? So kitchen utensils. So think of all those things that are in the kitchen. So it means that all that is why they are in the kitchen, right? So one way or the other, what you do with resource group is you deploy resources that are related in terms of function together. So that if there is need for you to overhaul your kitchen, you can delete everything that's inside your kitchen, right? And say, you know what, you can tell your wife, you know what, we want to rebrand our kitchen and put everything in. So when you are buying things, you don't go and buy mattress. No, it is the kitchen you want to you understand. So as maybe your children room, you can decide to put those things that children will like. You know, resources that are there. Let's say you have a small office in your house. If you have a small office in your house, there will be a table there. On your table, there will be laptop. There can be bookshelf. There can be a table lamp. You know, all those things that are related together. So that's where you put those things together. Then another thing this thing is also saying is that resources can be deployed to any new or resource group. Yes, deployment of resources to resource group becomes a job when you can track the template execution. So if you go to your Azure portal, there's a template that gives you when you are trying to run a job or when you are trying to deploy anything. Over the virtual machine, you see the template. Mr. Okukule, you remember the assignment I gave you that time? That JSON script I asked you to go and
JSON script, yes.
Yes, that is the template. Because I told you something that day. I said from that day to the end of your training, that statement will be coming out. So thank God that you did it and you saw it. So we are going to be checking it and seeing those things. Okay. Okay. Let me see if I can. Wait, let me see if I can sign into Azure portal.
Bless you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
AC.
Yeah, but tell them what? As you can see now, if you look at this now, I sign in with my infrastructure code, but you can see that it does not have subscription because I've told you once you see something like this, it doesn't have subscription. So what will I do? Let me sign in with the one with the account that has subscription. So okay, so can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So now if I type resource group, so in this there are few resource group. You see Wumi RG, Winner RG, you know. So if you go inside Wumi RG, which is basically our senior colleague resource group, these are resource group. So now inside this resource group now, these are the resources that are available for now, right? These are the resources that are available for now. Okay. Now, but what can you see now? Look at this place, JSON view. So if I click on the JSON view, you will see the deployment script. Mr. Okukule, do you remember the kind of thing you saw that day?
Yes.
So now the ID for this subscription is there for the resource group. So if you are looking for the resource group ID, this is where you see it. You understand? Don't forget that it's also an object. So this is the object ID. From the identity side,
Yeah.
So the name of the identity now is YORUBA. What type of identity is this? Is a resource group, Microsoft resources. So this identity, this location, this identity, where is it located? Canada Central. So what are the tags? Of course, training and all of that. Kill our properties there. Okay, provisioning subsidies. So you understand. So this is what this statement is saying here, that deployment of resources to a resource group becomes a job when you can track the template execution. Template here. So if the resources, the deployment, you can see the way you are learning because it's showing you in real time. So if deployment fails, the output of the job can describe why the deployment failed. Do you understand? So if I deploy something here now, if I don't put this tag, it will tell me not correct. You will see an error. Why? They are trying to say that thinking about the template láti deploy iṣẹ́. In case of any error, ó máa gbé error yẹn jáde wá. So whether the deployment is a single resources or a group template, whatever the information is, whatever error is, then you cannot fix the error and then redeploy it. That's the beauty of it. Okay. So there's something you must know about resource group. Resource group can only exist resources can only exist in only one resource group. So what is that saying? Resources to move in by this Adedotun virtual machine is Adedotun virtual machine is kò lè pé méjì. The same Adedotun virtual machine kò lè sí ní winners kò lè exist níbi winners yìí. Ṣé pé inú Wumi resource group ló wà? Kò lè exist nínú why? Kì í ṣe pé mi ò lè create another Adedotun EL. I guess what I'm saying. Hello, I need to be sure that you are following.
Yeah, we are following you.
Okay, Mr. Shio.
Yes, I'm following, sir.
Okay, so I can create another resources that is named Adedotun, and can also be a virtual machine.
Resource group.
You understand? But what they are trying to say is that this particular resource group, these particular resources, kò lè dúró sínú resource group méjì. And which makes sense, right? Ẹjọ́ tẹ́ bá ra gas cooker, you have only one gas cooker. Inú bo ni gas cooker yín máa wà? Your kitchen, right?
Kitchen.
So possible kí gas cooker yín kó máa appear ní toilet or kó máa appear ní yàrá? It's not possible. Inú bí tó bá wà, inú kitchen yẹn náà ló máa wà. So you get. So one is either you move the gas cooker from the kitchen to maybe another room. Inú another room yẹn ló máa wà. You understand? So kò ní sí inú kitchen. Do you understand? Kò ní sí inú kitchen.
Yes.
So is either is in the other room or is in the kitchen. Kò lè wà in two places at the same time. So as your resources. Nǹkan tó fẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ náà nìyẹn. Do you understand? So one of the things you cannot do is called resource move. You cannot decide to move these resources from Wumi RG into Winners RG. You can move it. So as in your house, you can decide not to sleep in the master bedroom to go and sleep in the children's room. Do you understand? It's still your house. You understand? So then within your tenant, you can also move from one subscription to another subscription. So your subscription is like your flat. So let's assume within your compound there are 3 buildings there. But if your compound, limited building here, it's your compound, right? You can decide not to sleep in building A to go and sleep in building B. So which means that object that is you as a person, has moved from building A to go and sleep in building B. So if that object is your cooker, that cooker that you just bought has left the kitchen of building A to the kitchen of building B. It's just like your cake. You can't eat your cake and still have it. So I think you are getting the idea.
Yeah.
So your resource group cannot be renamed. Once the was name, you only rename it more like you can't rename it again. Like, so if you don't want it, what do? You delete it, create another one. You understand? So your resource group have resources of many different types. Not that is so. See, anything like the resource group. So look at the type. This is a virtual machine. This is a public IP address, network security group, virtual network. You understand? These different things. If I open this resource group, you see different things here. Resources. Okay. Winners vault. I think delete the vault here, Madam Wumi. We need to delete this vault. If you open
money is going.
Sorry?
I said money is going.
As
Do you
in,
remember pé mi ò rí delete? Gbogbo àwọn command tí mò ń lò yẹn kò yé mi ó jàre.
about
I've
we work
tried to
on it
do
later.
it.
We work on it
Don't worry,
later.
your juniors have come to.
Ẹ wà okay. Ẹ wà alright.
So these are the resource group. So like I said, this one now, this resource group is empty. So that's the idea about the resource group. So let's move on. So resource group can have resources from many different regions. So that's it. So creating resource group, what do you need? Okay, so there's something I want you to know here. Sometimes you may need to move resources to either a new subscription or to a new resource group with the same subscription. You know, I just spoke about moving now, resource mover. You know, I just spoke about that. So look at this diagram. Please, if you are screenshotting diagram, this is a good place for you to screenshot this diagram. So now, what they are trying to say is that if you look at this subscription, let's assume that you have two different subscriptions. The first subscription is your free subscription. Then the second subscription is your pay as you go. So they are in different buildings entirely, but all of them are in the same compound. Just like I gave an idea now. Different buildings, but the same compound. The same compound, that compound is owned by you. But I know where you guys are, you guys might not be using the word compound. But thank God all of you are Nigerians, so you understand the idea of compounds. So
West
inside the
quarter
compound,
and main building. I said boys quarter and the main building.
Yes, that idea. But I'm looking at an idea where there are three solid buildings. So they one compound corner. You know, for example, here in Lagos, you know how people build the same block of flats inside inside one compound.
Apartment complex, Langbe.
So, but at least I also relate with what you guys know before. So now, within the same, so this option one will be that all of us are in the same flat, you know. So you get. Okay. So we want to move these resources from the master bedroom to the guest room. Do you understand? So okay. Do you get, you know, you want to move it from flat 1 to flat 2. Do you understand? So, or moving these resources from building 1, this become building 1 to building 2. You understand? Did you get? So that's so do you get? So when moving resources, both the source group and the target group are locked during the issue. So when moving resources, both source group and target group are locked during the operation. So this is very important. What are they trying to say? For example, if this is your server and you want to move this server from, for example, let's use the gas cooker, you know. So you want to move your gas cooker from the building 1 to building 2. So when they say they are locked down during that operation, so the question is, hey, just gas cooker they move from building 1 to building 2. You understand the idea? You have to off the fire, you know, make sure that save or plug it from the cylinder, you know, so to say, and then move as at that time. If you don't know that push 1 minute, they must be láti building 1 to building 2. If you don't know, do you understand? That's how this moving of your resources to as at that time they are locked down. They cannot perform an operation that we call read or write. An operation that we call read and write. Do you get the idea now? Read or write operations. Okay. So your write operation is when you can edit and do all those stuff. But your read is when you can just read. So so can you see now? Write and delete operations are blocked. It's a focusy bygone. So write and delete operations. So the delete operation means that as at the time you are moving it, you cannot say, I don't want this resource again, let me go and delete it. You need that. Sure you get. So you are blocked on the resource group until the move is complete. So the lock means that you cannot add, you cannot update, you cannot delete, so it has to be like that. For example, if you move your virtual machine to new resources, an application can still access the virtual machine. But the beauty is this: if you have a virtual machine and then there's an application on top of it that people are accessing over the internet, even while you are moving it, people can still access the application. It's the virtual machine that you cannot edit, that you cannot work on. Okay, so now this is your move. So this is your move button. So your move button is asking you, do you want to move these resources to another resource group? Do you want to move these resources to another subscription? Or you want to move it from another region? So please don't forget, how many places can you move your resources? Number one, you can perform a move operation into another resource group. You can perform another move operation into another subscription entirely. You can perform another operation into another region. Okay, so let me show you here on Azure. So for example, let's go back to this Wumi RG, and then let's say this is a virtual machine. Thank God. So we can work with this virtual machine. So look at this virtual machine now. Look at this virtual machine. Look at the status. It's stopped. That is deallocated. Where is it located? Is in West US, Zone 1. You already understand what I mean by the Zone 1 now, because in that diagram, I explained Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3 to you, right? So graphically in your mind, you can place this particular machine where it is in that data center. Okay, so it has a public IP address. It has all of those information about it, right? Good. Now look at this. If I come here now, JSON view, look at this. This is the template for deployment. Okay, Vola. Can you see the template for deployment? This is the resource ID. So if I say resource ID, you also understand that it is also called your object ID from the identity point of view, right? So because identity here is an object, it becomes an object. Load you in your Active Directory now, load you Azure Active Directory, see object in the virtual machine. And you as object, I mean, you as resources, or as resources, you as object. So as object, it's funny matrix number here. You understand? Object ID, something that will identify it. Object ID, only just copy it and you see it. Okay. So now look at other information: the name of the machine, the ID, object ID. Okay. And then, so what they are trying to say is that you can download this resource, this JSON script, download it. So you can download this JSON script. You can download this JSON script, 92 lines, lonely. So what you can do is that it can become a template for you. So you can say, okay, remove West US. Let's say you want to deploy another machine. You say remove West US, put East US there. Check to understand. Then you say, I don't want this size. Standard this is. I want this series. You type it there. So what type of disk do I want? I don't want Windows disk. I want Linux disk. Check the okay. So we now come. What is the computer name? What is the username? You understand? What is, you can just define this by yourself, and then like that. So it becomes a template. You now go and run this one on your PowerShell. It will deploy another machine for you. Guys, please ask questions, please, so that I will not just be talking. I'll be talking. So please ask questions. I know once you get to where we all. So I wanted to show us this move now. So now we are on this. I've shown us this JSON now. Okay. So how do I perform a move operation? I think you should be somewhere here. Let me check. Delete, refresh, move. Do I need to start the machine? It's somewhere here. Maybe I need to start the machine. Maybe I need to start the machine. Maybe I need to start the machine. Yeah, I'm starting the machine. Where is this one? Work identity setting configuration. Oh no, what do I have to perform the operation? Need to. Just a minute, please.
Connect.
Oh, okay. So I think I will have to perform it from the resource group. Okay. Can you see now? This same resource group where the machine is existing. So I'll check the machine and I'll say move. Can you see? So we are move to another resource group, move to another subscription, move to. So let's say I want this to move to another. All of this now. If I want them to move to another resource group, I'll just say move to another resource group. Okay, so this is the source target. This is the source and the target. So now subscription, pay as you go, resources group. So now this is my resource group. Target resource group cannot be the same. So where's my target resource group? Where do I want to move it? Okay, let me move it to winners. Do you understand? I said, okay, move it to winners. And then, so don't forget that during the move process, all my resources will be locked down, right? I've explained that to you. So now after that, we will now validate all these things to ask that, oh, is it possible that all these things are applicable to move for move operations? Do you understand?
Okay.
So just a minute. Hello. So now he's trying to validate the status of all the resources that we want to move. So, but we are not moving any resources. I'm just showing you what I want. After the validation, you now move. So let me cancel this and let me go to our machine and then stop this machine so that I will not forget. So I won't be chopping somebody's money. So can also delete your resource group, right? And then that's it from there. So you already know where to delete your resource group now. This is your machine. This is your resource group. So you can delete it. See, from the resource group, just delete. So it says delete resource group. And then you ask for yes. It will tell you, there are a lot of dependent resources here. Say I should delete them. You now apply, you now type yes. It says enter resource group name to confirm. So you cannot delete resource group by mistake. So the processing. You ask you, come and copy this name here. Come and paste it here. And you never forward any cosplay. Okay, I really want to display. So that's why. And that's the way of securing your resources. One of the way of securing your resources. Okay, so what are the resource limits? Well, based on your, to be sincere, based on your subscription, there are limits of resources that you can use. The limit shows that there are limits for your subscription. Okay, so under your subscription, you can check usage and quota to check, okay, how many compute that can you, so for East US 25%, for West Europe 20%, for this. You understand? If you have 100 machines to deploy, you can only deploy 25 here. So just like that, or resources, quotas. But think about the bossy other forms of subscriptions. You have more quotas and more quotas. Okay. So now, what are hierarchies? There are hierarchies in Azure. So you can also screenshot this diagram. Okay. So remember, one way or the other, you have created your management group. When you were creating that thing that you were creating yesterday under identity, where you were creating Kotoso.com, we're creating something we're creating Kunle.lab, those were your management group. So in terms of hierarchy, I only access to everything. Okay. So under your management group, here comes your subscription. Okay. So Mr. Shew, please screenshot this. So Mr. Kunle, this screenshot, you can screenshot. So comes your subscription. So under your subscription comes your resource group. Okay. Then inside of your resource group is where you have all your resources. Do you understand? So the idea is this. Depending on your access, you can have access to this resource group and not have access to this resource group. For example, if the person is a guest, okay. All right. So just like I've explained, help you manage access, policy, compliance, and multiple subscriptions. So then under it, you have your subscription. Under subscription, you have your resource group. But meanwhile, your tenant group, thank you, sir. Your tenant root group contains all your management group and your subscription. So these allow global policies. And so this is your tenant group, the root group. The unit every sign in will not put the tenant root group. Okay. So it's just for knowledge purpose, just ensure that. And let's go. Because to be sincere, these are some of the things you. So you also need to apply resource tag. Okay, so what does it do? Your tags. You can apply tags to your resources to logically organize them by category. So each tag consists of a name and a value. So for example, you can do a name tag called environment, and then under the value put production or deployment. Put training. You understand? So this environment too is for production. So this environment too is for development. This environment too is for testing. This environment too is for training. So that's how all these things work. Okay. So you can, of course, most times you always put tags when you are creating that resources. Of course, I don't know if while you are creating one or two resources, you have seen where they put tags there. So that allows you to put all those tags and all of that. Okay. So what are the considerations about tags? There are a few things you need to remember about tagging. Each resources and resource group can have maximum 50 tags and name pair. So our key name value is up to 50. Well, my dear, once you have one or two, just go your way. So tags applied to the resource group are not inherited by the resources in that resource group. So please understand this statement. It's very important. When you apply a tag to a resource group, they are not inherited by the resources in that resource group. Even though, if you look at this diagram looks like, okay, this is a resource group, then it's an hierarchy that is above your resources. So they will apply tag C by, oh yeah, keep go on child, by you, no, it won't. You understand? So that's what they are trying to say. So this is where you to do your cost, to manage cost, you know, to manage. I'm so sure for now, the two of you still have your $200 intact. So there's nothing. You still have your $200 intact. So you are yet to spend any money. But for my own, I can say cost. If I type cost, don't forget that this place is called global search. So anytime I say go to global search, anything you are looking for, just type it there. That's the cost management. That's the resources. Then you can do your cost analysis too. See, you can do your cost alert too. When your money is becoming too much, when you are spending money, you can do an alert that will stop you. Then cost management plus billing. Really. So let's go to cost management plus billing. So under cost management plus billing, I'll go to cost management. How will it nonsense? Yeah, you can. So here now, let's go to cost analysis. So you can check all your analysis. Let's come here. What?
Eba.
You can see the actual cost. Then you can now begin to look at, okay, how did we spend this cost? And see, okay, this is the subscription. Okay, so it's an accumulated cost. So let's look at daily costs. Okay, so to change. So daily cost. So on a particular day, $11 was spent. On another day, less than $1. So like today now, less than this dollar. Tomorrow now, UK is not taking. So what are the resources that are taking? So these resources is really taking shopping money. So what resources is this? These resources has cost about $64 alone. I mean, so then you can do You can do daily, yes, like you have done. You can do stack, maybe group. Well, just to show you. Okay, so in every day, see how much people are, how much those resources are eating up. You understand? So I'm so sure these particular resources only anything or right delete that backup here. So we need to find a way to deleting that backup because we want over. Okay.
Is this mine?
So yes, now that backup here, we don't
No, I'm not at 64.
Oh God, you coffee.
Hello, sir.
Hello today, sir.
Me no more pay one.
Uncle Dotun, good evening.
good evening.
Ademi.
Wá díẹ̀ lọ wájú.
Hello.
Uncle. Ṣáwọn èèyàn yìí wà ní kíláàsì? Àwọn tó ń kọ́dà.
As in,
Ṣé tí gbogbo wọn mute? Àwọn tẹ̀ ń kọ́dà. Is anybody here?
Yes, mo wà bí, I wà bí.
Oh, okay.
Talent tó kí mi lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn.
My sister, Tuni.
Oh, okay.
Uncle.
Uncle Leka, I want to disappear. So, sorry, just give me a minute. I need to put on my generator.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Tuni mo tiẹ̀ ní question jẹ́ n tiẹ̀ pé yẹn sìn.
Nǹkan sọ ni mò ń gbọ́ o.
Ẹ kò decide láti má dáhùn.
No, mo náà bomi sálẹ̀. Lóṣù tó wà lè kí mi bọ̀ tí mi ilé ọ̀hún. Sọ́jà woman ṣé ó ti sá lọ ni? Ètò ní ti sá lọ ni.
Mi ò mọ kò ń ṣe bí ló ti ń sọ̀rọ̀.
Bí ló ti ń sọ̀rọ̀?
Ìlú ẹ̀ lọ́hùn ló ti ń sọ̀rọ̀.
Àbúrò àlọ́dọ̀ àbọ̀dá ṣeun ni.
Kí lẹ rí?
Mo ní bí àlọ́dọ̀ àbọ̀dá ṣeun.
Ibẹ̀ náà ló wà.
Ah, okay.
Ó sáré lọ́nu mọ́tò wá kí mi ni tó wá padà wọlé màá.
Báwo ló ti mọ̀ pé mi ṣe bí mi ò lo fídíò?
Ṣé kò mọ orúkọ yín ni? Ó mọ orúkọ yín ni.
Oh, that's true.
Àwọn orúkọ tó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ló fi mọ̀ pé yìí ni. Dẹ̀yìn ló dẹ̀ rí àǹtí ẹ̀ náà sóhun ló fi mọ̀ pé ẹ̀yìn.
Big aunty. Àǹtí ọmọ ẹkú láyẹn rẹ.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ni tún ní o. Owó ọmọ ikú dáì sí àbálẹ̀ yìí máa ń sọ.
Tí bá ti parí mi gan relocate sí Texas.
You go, right? Àwọn tá ti ra lé sí Maryland àfọ̀nbù kẹ́ gbogbo àlọ́ ra lé sí Texas yẹn.
Ẹ̀yin rẹ̀.
I swear down.
Àti pọ̀ Texas o, àfàlejò Texas o.
Ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́.
Ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́ o.
Ẹ di Texas yín mú.
Ẹ má wọrí, a lọ sí ìlú kékeré kan. A lọ sí Arlington.
Texas náà ní Arlington. Texas náà ní Arlington wà náà.
Ibẹ̀ náà ni ìlú kékeré tí wọ́n mọ̀. Àwọn àjòwò ẹ̀ nílùú kékeré yẹn.
Ṣé reality yẹn gan sí Naija gan wá pọ̀ ń bẹ̀ ju anywhere gan sí lọ.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni mo lọ mo ti lọ bẹ̀ rí.
Yeah.
Try lọ.
There is this ìlú
Wọ́n ṣe
kékeré wà
ọkọ̀.
lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ Mansfield. Ibẹ̀ ni àwọn new development new ilé wa ń sìn.
Ilé tó tẹ̀ cheap lọ́dọ̀ yẹn ni problem yìí.
I'm telling you, gbogbo létà wà rà 450 bíbà. Akọ̀ra ní èlò ń bẹ̀ yẹn.
Ilé cheap ń bẹ̀. Even rent sef. Even apartment rent, everything is cheaper compared to other states.
I heard you guys don't pay tax, except property tax as well, right? No speak camera.
No, it's just property tax.
Go see speak camera.
Kò sí kámẹ́rà. Wow.
Camera ti mo jẹ, ó fẹ́ tó.
Hello.
Ọ̀nkúlẹ̀ mọ̀ kó tí màá ṣe kó tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì DC mi ò ń san mọ́.
Na tó gbé ndc, so kò sí wàhálà fún ẹ.
Drive for almost 1 year láì ní insurance.
Ademi.
Hey, soldier woman. Alpha.
Mo wà. Kí lè san pa Texas wà mo ń gbọ́ ibi ṣé wọlé bọ̀.
Wọ́n fẹ́ máa rí jókòó wa.
Afẹ́ kó wa ni.
Àti pé káfí. Àti pé mi o.
Ẹbí ò ṣe é sọ òjò ẹ ti pé bò ni wọ́n ti lọ́bẹ̀ ó jẹ̀bi.
Má dà lóhùn.
Àti pé mo ń drive sí mi ìgbà tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì o. Mo rántí ọjọ́ tí mo san 3,000 plus.
Ó fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ìdí bọ̀bọ̀ Nàìjíríà tó lọ fọ́ọ̀mù ní UK àbí?
Ìyẹn àfikún máa gbé UK kò gbúdọ̀ lọ Nàìjíríà bó ṣe wà ẹ́.
Káfí ṣẹ́ṣin sọ.
Kí ló rí?
Ṣẹ́ṣin sọ tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì.
Ayé wà lórí ẹ̀kọ́ lọ́n ṣàánú rẹ̀.
Tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì mo jẹ 240 mẹ́ta. Edisi náà ni.
240 mẹ́ta kéré.
Ló dúró rẹ̀ ẹ bèrè lọ́wọ́ ká mo ti sọ tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì 3,000 plus.
240 kéré ní àyíbọ̀yé.
Last one tó gbé ọ̀gbìn aṣọ́gun tó di kó tó di 240 bọ́ mi lọ́wọ́ $100.
Èmi ò tiẹ̀ mo tiẹ̀ ti gbọ́ngbọ́n nù dísì yẹn mi ò ń sanwó tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì wọn.
Ọlọ́pàá ò ní time wa wọn ò ní time wa in Texas. Mo drive for almost 1 year with no insurance.
Are you serious? In fact, insurance company will report it straight away. Insurance company will report it. That insurance company, wọ́n máa sọ fún dígbé, wọ́n máa sọ fún DSV pé àwọn kì í ṣe insurance ẹ̀mọ́ o. Wọ́n máa send letter for proof of insurance. Why can't go send them? Wọ́n bá ti do bí I think it's 70 days or so. Wọ́n ti máa sọ, wọ́n máa ju owó insurance rẹ̀ kó sọ lọ́dọ̀ for that 1 month. The number of that.
Oh, my calculate number of days, Temis.
Even tọ́lọ́pàá bá mú yàn gan with no insurance gan èlò ní tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì ó jábí 200, 250.
Come on. Only put it down.
Nah, kò lè tó yẹn Texas.
Ó ti le gan lẹ́kọ̀ọ́.
Àti yẹn ti kó yẹn.
Ó ti lè gorí kú. Ṣé máa gba tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì lẹ́kọ̀ọ́?
Àwọn gba tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì sí o. Ní kámẹ́rà.
Wọ́n wá ti mú ẹ báyìí 50,000 yín.
But tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì kí ló ń gbà gangan? Téèyàn bá ní dọ́kúmẹ́ǹtì tó pé náà àbí?
Kí ló kàn wọ́n pẹ̀lú kí ló ka ayé pẹ̀lú tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì? Ẹ̀yin lẹ́yìn gba tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì. Owó náà gbà ń bì í. Wọ́n wá tàkà gba owó yẹn straight náà sí mọ̀. Wọ́n wá gba straight.
Àwọn oníṣẹ́ kan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí gbígbà ẹ̀tọ́ mú mi. Wọ́n ní mi ti pọ̀ ní ìdí láìsẹ̀nsì. Ó sọ bọ̀ ẹ̀ pé ìwọ ló mú mi àbí ìmọ̀ àmì ìṣọ̀kú ògbà àkọ́kọ́ lówó ti bá wa fọwọ́ gá ẹ̀. Yá máa lọ. Ta ló ń wò? Yá máa lọ bí táwọn lọ.
So basically, that's how you can manage your costs, using that cost analysis and your cost management tools. So later you can play around that. So your cost analysis helps you to explore and analyze your financial cost. So you can do what we call budget. Budget helps you to plan to meet your financial accountability. Then there are recommendations. Recommendation shows you how you can optimize and improve your efficiency in identifying idle underutilized resources. So you understand, man. So for example, this is cost management. So we have budget. So budget will help you to plan, right? for your costing, the money you want to spend. Then you have alert. So you can create cost alert to say, okay, once I'm spending up to $100, alert me, or $50, alert me, so that you can do something about it. Then we have advisory recommendation. So this recommendation would be the one to tell you, okay, some of your resources are idle. Why don't you deactivate this? Why don't you shut this down? Why do you understand that? So then you have your invoice. You have your invoice, so you can change the scope. So invoice is the bill that they will give you. Then your payment of your method payment method, and all of that. So that's that. So how do you do some cost savings? Okay. So how do you save cost? One of the ways you can save cost is reservation. So here helps you to save money by paying ahead. So reservation means that, for example, you can say, oh, I want to use a virtual machine for the next 3 years. So you can pay the money for the next 3 years. So at the end of the day, you might end up paying like the half of the money you're supposed to pay for the total 3 years. Why? Because you are booked ahead for the next 3 years. So we call it reserve instance. Okay, all right. Please, we call it reserve instance. Then you have Azure benefit, Azure hybrid benefits. So what this does is, for example, if you have a software license of a particular software, you can also bring that license. For example, let's say in your data center or in your server, in your on-prem server, you are running, let's say you are running Windows Server 2016 or Windows Server 2019. You already bought this Windows Server from Microsoft at a very big price, So what they are trying to say here is that by the time you are moving to Azure, you can tell them that, oh, I have the license for that particular server. So they will now reduce your money, maybe by 49%. They will reduce your money. So one way or the other, you have saved cost. Then you can also check some region. One thing about this region is that the region also has pricing. Some regions, for the particular resources, the money is lower than other regions. For example, it's like you want to buy cucumber, you want to buy some fruit, it will be lower in the northern part of Nigeria than in the southern part. So there are some things that will be lower in price here in southern part of Nigeria, and that will be a bit higher in northern part. So it's something like that. So you can use that using Azure pricing calculator. Okay, so let's do a multi. Now let's check. Are we here?
Yes, I'm here.
So Mr. Sheo, you do question 1. You answer
Okay.
question 1.
Okay.
Kunle will answer question 2. So let's go.
Everybody's calling Uncle Kunle.
Yeah.
Èmi mo fún yín Uncle Kunle pẹ̀lẹ́.
Kunle is my name. You know, they don't follow our name.
So, Mr. Sheo, let's answer the first question.
Okay. Your company financial controller wants to be notified whenever the company is halfway to spending the money allocated for cloud services. What should you do? Question 1, create an Azure reservation. 2, create a budget and a spending threshold. 3, create a management group. Last option, enter workload in the total cost of ownership calculator.
So what's the answer?
I think the answer should be B. Create a budget and a spending threshold.
So what does the person want to do?
The person wants to, your company financial controller, you want to be notified whenever the company is halfway to spending the money allocated to the cloud services. So it's just like notification.
So which option are you going for? Which option are you going for?
I think I'm. No, I need to reject in entire work. I think I will still go with the B. Create a budget and spending threshold.
So you are right.
Okay.
So Brooklyn, up to you. Next to you.
This one likes to confuse people. Hold on. I can't even see me. Hold on. No. Trying to find. Okay. I can't see the whole question. No.
All right, but log in the 2 accounts, right?
Yeah, I'm using two accounts. I can't see the whole question, right? You need to scroll up. Oh, sure, multiple choice. Okay. Sorry. What I've seen it. What tool can you use to gain greater visibility into your spending pattern? Greater visibility. I think it's cost analysis. Yeah, cost analysis.
All right. So Mr. Next one.
Your company is concerned about cost and provisioning too many virtual machines at once. What's the best way to control resources provisioning? Select one. The company is concerned about cost and provisioning too many virtual machines at once. What's the best resources to control the provisions? Option 1, change your subscription to pay as you go. Option 2, apply spending limits to the development team's Azure subscription. Number 3, verbally give the manager a budget and hold them accountable. Yeah, I think I will go with 2. B, apply spending limits to the development team Azure subscription.
Correct. So clear over to
The
you.
leadership team wants information on resource costs by department. What's the best way to categorize costs by department? Select one. Apply a tag to each resource that identify the appropriate billing departments. Split the cost evenly between departments. Keep a spreadsheet that lists each resources. Leadership team wants information on resources cost by department. This is the best way to categorize. Yes, categorize, talking about categorize. Okay. Hold on. I think it's A, apply a tag to each resource resources that identify the appropriate billing departments.
Oh shit.
Alágbára làwọn. So who's going to answer the last question?
I think it's my turn, Abi. The ban rotate
Yes.
any.
Yeah,
It's
that's
your
the last
turn.
question anyway. So,
Abi ṣe Mr. Grace gba ọgbẹ lọ́wọ́ mi ni.
You don't know now. Should be one after the other. You can answer this one. Then the next
Okay.
multiple answer it will start.
okay, that's good.
And Azure subscription, multiple choice. And Azure subscription dash, select one. Okay, so logical container used to provision resources in Azure is associated with a single department or organization, represents a single domain. It's a logical container used to provision resources in Azure. I think I will go with the first option.
Okay, so we all got it right. So that means we're all listening. Okay, so let's move into the next one, which is basically
Mr. Dr. Ejomuni question.
okay. Ask your question.
Kini PDF tẹ́ fi ń kọ́ wa, is it possible ṣé lè send it sí wa náà?
There is this one I will send to you. Okay, I think I have not sent that to you. I will send it to you.
Okay.
No, because this one is not in your list. It's for
Right.
MCTs, Microsoft Certified Trainers.
Okay.
So, but there's a content one that contains everything inside this one too. That I will send
Okay.
to you. I will just show you where you can get it.
All right.
So if your organization has several subscriptions, you may need a way to efficiently manage the access policy, the policies, and compliance for those subscriptions. So Azure Management Group provide a level of scope above your subscription. So you organize your subscriptions into containers called management group. So as you can see, basically all of them are form of a container. So your management group is a container. Your subscription too is a container, just like you answered in the last question. Your resource group too will also be a container. So what this is just trying to say is that, what if you have a lot of subscriptions? Okay, so these two subscriptions, this is enterprise agreement subscription, and under the root management subscription. So you can create a root management for marketing department. You can create a root management for IT. You can create a root management for human resource. So as you can see now, under your IT marketing, under your marketing department, you can have two. There are two. There are three subscriptions because there is nothing much that they are doing there. But under your IT, you have production. Of course, that's where you have your servers, and then they are deployed to maybe 2 different regions, geo regions. And then there you have all your enterprise subscriptions spread across these different. But human resource too, they're also using a test dev subscription just for test and development. So there's nothing big in what they are doing. Okay. So this is you have done how to add subscription management group. We've done this before. So all subscription within the management group automatically inherit the condition applied to the management group. So for example, if you apply policies to a management group that limit the region available for virtual machine creation, this policy will also be applied to all management groups under the management group. So what this is saying that I need to explain to you is this: any of these management group, don't forget that inside your management group, after the level of management group is your subscription. After your subscription is your resource group. After your resource group is your resources. Just a minute, please. So after your subscription is your resource group. After your resource group is your resources. So what this is saying in essence is, for example, if you put any policy, organizational policy, in any of your management group, it will affect everything under it, which is your subscription, your resource group, and the resources itself. Do you understand? Unlike your tag, remember that your tag does not affect, it doesn't affect, you don't inherit it. But your policy, you can inherit it. That's what they are saying here. He said, for example, you can apply policy to a management group that limits the region available for martial machine creation. So you can say that in this management group here, this geo region 2, you can only create a virtual machine in East US. Do you understand? Remember that you have West US, Central Canada, UK South. But he's saying that policy will restrict anybody that wants to create anything into that region. Do you understand now? So that policy is effected at the management level, and then I want to put them on inherit. Let's get. So there's a management group ID, and then there's always a display name which you have worked on before. So implement Azure policy. So the main advantage of Azure policy in the area of enforcement, compliance, and scaling. So you want to enforce a rule, you want to enforce, a rule, a policy. You use Azure policy. Do you understand? Then let's say you want to scale, you also use Azure policy. So what does it do? Enforcement and compliance. So turn on built-in policies and built-in custom ones for all resource type. So the idea is this: Azure policy is meant for enforcement and compliance. So you want your staff to comply with the policies on ground, and then to also enforce it. So Azure policy will do that. For example, you can create a policy that says all your virtual machines should go off by so time, maybe 10 o'clock in the night. You understand? So whether you like it or not, if you like, you see you are working. As you are working, the machine will just go. Do you understand? So why? Because you don't want any story that will now be saying the left one machine and they are making the left one machine, and then they are now billing you to get. So you can also apply policy as skill. So apply policy at management group which control access to your entire organization. So apply multiple policy and aggregate policy state. So the idea is this: think about applying policy at the management group level, which is that diagram that I showed you before. It can affect everything within that organization because that's the management level. Okay, so then therefore remediation, real-time remediation on the existing resources. So Azure policy will be important to you if your team runs an environment where you need to govern multiple engineering teams. So now, why will Azure policy be very important? It will be very important why, for example, if you have a lot of engineering teams, guys that are deploying, creating resources, they are creating web app. So you don't want to, and if I can run instantly loss of code base now. So, but they need to create all those things. So what you can do is to put a policy around things that they might want to create. Okay. So deploy to operating in an environment. Then in an environment where you have multiple subscriptions, just like the last diagram, like this diagram, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 subscriptions here. So you want to be sure that people are not just doing anything anyhow. They're not doing anyhow. So you want to put policies in place to guide them. Okay. They want to also look at the need to standardize and enforce how cloud resources are configured. Okay. So when it comes to configurations, you want to be sure that there are all the configurations are done in a very proper manner. Okay, then also to manage regulatory compliance, cost control, security, design, and all of that. Okay, so for example, specify the resource group that your organization can deploy. So for example, now you can say, okay, this is the type of resource group that my organization can deploy. Anything that is bigger than this series, I don't want it. Anything that is lower than B series, we don't want it. Do you understand? So specify a set of virtual machines SKU. Okay, so your SKU is like your unit size that you are trying to deploy. So restrict the location your organization can specify. Only restrict location. So when you say, okay, with this organization, you can only deploy in this US. So if you decide you want to deploy in other region, it's bounce back. Then all these Azure backup service is enabled for all automation. All right. So here you might need to create your policy. So create Azure policy, initiative, policy. You first of all initiate your definition, initiate your policy. Then you do what we call policy definition. You define it, you initiate it, then you define it, then you now attach it to your resources. Okay. So to implement Azure policy, you can follow these simple steps. Browse policy definition. Okay. Sorry, please give me a minute. They brought the light. I want to do a changeover, please. Just a minute. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, sorry about that. I have to go and change over the body line. Okay, so so to implement Azure policy, like I said, you need to first of all do what we call, you need to initiate the definition of that policy. Then you now create the definition and then attach it. And this is a very simple step, but they will ask you your questions, so you must know. Initiate it, define it, and then attach it. So browse the policy definition. So there are a lot of the policy definition expresses what to evaluate, what actions to take. So our policy definition you want to Azure or Pump, so you just browse to pick which one that you want. So you now create initiative definition. So an initiative definition is a set of policy definition to help you track your compliance state for a large goal. Okay. Then you scope the initiative definition. Then you can now limit the scope of the initiative definition. can scope the initiative definition. Then you can limit the scope of the initiative definition to maybe to management group, or subscription, or resource group. So you create initiative definition, you scope the initiative definition. Okay, you will affect over management group, ability subscription, ability resource group. So because about to resource group kò ní affect resource group. Tó bá wà resource group kò ní affect other resource group within the subscription. Hope you know. Because inside your subscription you can have 10 resource groups. So the if only one resource group can affect. Okay. So the if you see only subscription could not affect the other subscriptions. You understand? Except the if you see only the management group. So then you now do your policy evaluation. Okay. So even if you have only a few policy definitions, we recommend creating one. All right. So how do you create your policy definition? So this is the browser. You can see that there are a lot of policies. Look at this policy. Not allow resource type. Okay. Allow storage account SKU. Allow resource type. Allow virtual machine SKU. Allow location for resource group. So these are policies. So for example, you might say, this is the location I want to be allowed. This is US. Okay. So then this is how this is being created. So don't worry about the lab, you will do it. Okay. So you now create initiative definition. Once you have determined which policy definition you need, then create initiative definition. Okay. So this includes one or more policy. So there is a pick list on the right side. So here now, under your initiative definition, okay, you pick your location, you pick your region, and then you describe it. And then, so don't worry, once you get to the lab, you understand this one. So then you now scope it. Remember the scope. The scope will now be, is it going to affect the whole of the management group? Is it going to affect the whole or your subscription level? Is it going to affect a resource group or perhaps maybe a single resource? Do you understand? So this is where you define that. Then you determine compliance. Look at the compliance there. You determine the compliance to say, okay, after you created the Azure policy, she won't comply. That is, what the resources you already have that is existing in Azure, is it complying to what you are asking them to do? You get the idea. So that's that. So demonstration. So before we do this demonstration, let's answer this multiple question. So Okukule, you are going next. Okukule, are you there?
I've read the question. I was muted. The organization has several Azure policies that they would like to create and enforce for a new branch office. What will you do? Create a policy initiative, create a management group, create a new subscription. That's that we like to create and enforce for a new branch. I think I'll go with A.
That's very simple. Because you can't create a management group because you want to create a job policy. So it's just okay. So
Okay.
next one.
Is it me?
No, Mr. Shane.
Oh, I'm sorry. You would like to categorize resources and billing for different departments like IT and HR. The billing needs to be consolidated across multiple resource group, and you need to ensure everyone complies with the solution. You have created tags for each department, like department, HR. What should you do next?
Life scenario question, no be no.
Kílẹ̀ sọ.
Be life scenario question lọ́wọ́ yín.
Right. I think I will go with A. Create a billing group for each department.
Read that question again.
You would like to categorize resources and billing for different departments like IT and HR. Okay. Categorize resources and billing for different departments. Okay. The billing needs to be consolidated across multiple resource group, and you need to ensure everyone complies with the solution. You have created tag for each department like HR. What should you do next? Okay. Oh, what should you do next? Tag has already been created. Yeah, I think after that we have to create a Azure policy.
To do what?
After we create the tag, we have to create Azure policy for each department. Like each department have to have their own policy.
You don't get. Let me pick your answer. You are correct, right?
Right.
But I'm asking you. See, why you said what should you do next?
Right.
You have done the first thing. You said the first thing you did was to create a tag.
Right.
Then task 2 is to create Azure policy. Why are you creating Azure policy? Over the second line. The answer is in the second line.
Second line. To consolidate across multiple resources groups.
Not consolidating.
To consolidate, okay.
It's not, you're not consolidating. It's still in the second line.
To ensure everyone complies with the solution.
Compliance.
Okay, compliance.
So that when they are creating that department or that group, IT, blah blah blah, it will force them to put that tag called department HR. Senior colleagues, rowing. Do you remember, Madam, how ordinary tag to Masawadi that create why? Because as create policy and why? And then just discover that anything you are creating, we shall put that tag there. Yeah, because it got to a point where we have to go and do that tag. We needed to go and do that policy because it was becoming too strict for our liking. So we couldn't create a lot of things. So we really face a lot. So we don't get it. So now the activity was to consolidate all these different buildings, right?
Right.
So as they are consolidating it, they created a tag, and the next thing for them to create an Azure policy to enforce it, to ensure compliance. So certainly, I think.
Okay.
The next one.
Your company wants to ensure that cost-effective virtual machine SKU sizes are deployed. What should you do? Select one. Want to ensure that only cost-effective virtual machine. Okay. Periodically inspect the deployment to see which SKU size are used. Create an Azure RBAC rule that defines the allowed virtual machine SKU size. Create a policy in Azure policy that specifies the allowed SKU size. I think I will go with C. Create a policy in Azure policy that specifies the allowed SKU size.
Good. So, Mr. Shem,
Which of the following can be used to manage governance across multiple Azure subscriptions? Can be used to manage governance across multiple Azure subscriptions.
that word is very tricky. What is the key word in that statement?
Manage governance
So, what do you
across
think should be the
multiple
answer?
Azure subscriptions.
This answer is very simple.
I think it's resource group.
Mr. Shem,
Conscious resource group.
how do you manage? Can't you see your diagram, man? This diagram, activating on you at huh?
Initiative, definition.
Management group.
Rules
It's
management
management group now.
group.
It's a management group now. Eh? It's a management group.
Management group.
Kilamufele now.
Management group.
Kilamufele.
Azure policy. Yeah.
Okay. So this one is this one. So the answer is management group.
Management group.
You understand? Because when you to manage your subscriptions under management group, the subscription what? What's the
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's do these demonstrations. Okay, so the two of you have to go to your portal. Yeah, let's go. Go to your portal, search for policy.
So from Azure Active Directory, right?
From here, just type here and search for policy.
Select assignment on the left side of job policy. Okay. Select assign policy from the top of the policy assignment page. Assignment, assign policy. Okay. Notice the scope that determine what process or group of special data for some scope. Policy definition. Okay. Take some time to review the groups and policy definitions. Late more. Wow. Without the subset only. Well, one allow the location.
ṣé gbogbo àwọn definition náà la ní láti mọ̀ wáyé.
No, kì í ṣe gbogbo ẹ o.
Allowed locations. Move.
Okay, where are we? Where are we? Where are we?
We are search for the allowed location. That's where I got stuck.
òun náà èmi náà search fún mi orí kò gbé jáde.
I
Okay,
saw
you know
it.
what? Let's one person share their screen so that on my help, so the other person will just be following. Okay, so it says sign into the Azure portal, search for policy, right? Then under policy, select assignment, right?
Right.
On the left side of the Azure policy page, then select assign policy. Sorry, assign policy. On the top of the policy.
Allowed location they can search for. They're searching for allowed all.
So kí ni next thing? Mi ò rí page yẹn mọ́. Kí ni next thing?
Okay, no, you are sharing. Don't worry. You might not be able to see it. Okay. So it says select policy ellipse to open the list of available definition. and then search for
Did you send the lab to them? That way, Ali easy láti máa ṣe side by side.
No, this is not the lab. The lab is different from this one. Let me see if I can even copy it. Maybe you should copy that. That's the problem. Okay, check your chat.
Okay.
No. The chat within the teams.
Oh no, why?
No.
No.
This is a personal chat. A parasite chat here. So go back to yes. So that's it. So scroll up.
Parameter tabs and use it down scroll, select one or more allowed location.
So Mr. Kule, you know, Ellie, check it. You should have access to this.
Yeah, I have access to it actually. But allow location to select one or more, any problem.
Oh, you know what? Can you start all over again so that I can guide you? Close this. Yeah.
Cancel.
So now type policy. So that's down. So click on policy. Then
Assignment.
so by the side, click on assignment. Yes.
Assign
So
policy.
now click on assign policy. Okay. So now from here now, notice that the scope which determines what resources or resource group resource of the policy assignment get enforced on. Okay, so the scope is on your Azure subscription. So you understand? So which means that whatever policy you carry out here, it will affect your Azure subscription one. So you can change that scope to a resource group. Okay, so click on the blue icon to elect them. I'll prefer we just put it on the resource group.
Shade LA.
The first one, okay. The first one, okay.
First one.
Yes. Okay. So so now under resource group, click on that. Yes. Do we have any resource group? So you have not created any resource group. So duplicate your tab. Duplicate your tab. Duplicate your tab. Your Azure portal, they duplicate it.
Why would you duplicate it?
Okay, talk of scope dash Microsoft Azure. Okay. The tab beside Azure Training 104.
Right here.
Yes, right click. Yes. No, not that one. Go inside the other one. Yes, right click now. Right click. Now click on duplicate tab. Okay, good. So sign in. So now go to resource group here. And let's see global patch. That blue at the top.
Right here.
No. As if you want to search now. When you search for policy.
Right here.
Yes. So type resource group. So now create a resource group. So give it a name. So Kukule, ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ o, so that this policy can be on a particular resource group instead of on the whole of your subscription. So click on resource group.
I think I don't know, but it's telling me I have cloud share storage instance.
Yes, àwọn resource group kan tó ti wá by default nìyẹn fún àwọn nǹkan kan. Ṣé ẹ rántí pé ìgbà tí ìgbà tí ń ràn PowerShell, ẹ rántí PowerShell script á ràn ní cloud.
Okay.
So you can put it there too. You can pick that resource group so that whatever you put in there, I confirm to pick that. So, Mr. Ashe, please create resource group. Click on create.
Let me create another one too.
You can create another one. You can just type, make it look like Azure policy. So under resource group, type Azure policy. You can make it, yes, let it be Azure underscore policy. Together when you use underscore, everything has to be together. Okay, so now review plus create yourself.
I think I've used it. It will not allow me.
You say I should do what?
Review plus create. So now create it. So now ẹ padà sí the other tab. Now refresh. So now click it there. So click it there. No, the first one, not that one. Not this one. No, close this scope. Yes. So click on the first one.
This one.
Yes. So while more resource group they create the answer. So click on select. So all the policy that you want to create now, it can only affect anything under that resource group. So that okay, so select the policy definition ellipse. Wait. Policy definition, okay. So open the list of available definition. Take some time to review it. So type location.
Location.
Then so second to the last, yeah, click on it, allow location. So what does this policy do? This policy enables you to restrict the locations the organization can specify when deploying resources. So let's get so to restrict under description, you can just say to restrict policy to restrict locations. I'll just type policy to restrict locations. Okay, so now okay. So you are currently under basics. So go to parameter tab after advanced. Okukule, I hope you are following.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So you are under parameter tab now. So under that parameter tab, so there's a drop down there. Click on that drop down. So click on one of us. So just type East US. Type East U or just type US generally. US. So that when you are deploying, you can deploy not US, US. I did not say USA. US. So now So scroll down now. So start from Central US. Check that box. Start from Central US. Yeah, keep going. Anything US now. Keep checking it. US, US, US. Not Central. Let's go down. Ẹ padà síbẹ̀ ti parí ẹ̀. There are 14 that you are going to select. Type US so that ó máa lè filter ẹ̀. Capital letter US. So now scroll down.
Brazil US nǹkan.
Kí lẹ pé?
Brazil US.
Well, you can pick it. So what you're picking is to pick every other US like that. So je pé US ní region tó pọ̀ jù lọ. So okay, so once you have selected that now, so click on review plus create. Nísàlẹ̀. So create. So let's create that is your policy assignment, policy definition ìyẹn báyẹn sìn. So let's get báyẹn sìn. Let's define policy yẹn. Okay. So now you want to create and assign an initiative definition. So ẹ fẹ́ lọ initiate definition yẹn sìn. Ẹ fẹ́ to create policy báyẹn sìn. Let's define policy yẹn. So ẹ fẹ́ lọ initiate policy yẹn sìn. So now click on your policy, your Azure policy on the Elect Resource Group. So click on it, select definition. It's under authority. Okay. You want to define your definition. Okay. So select initiative definition. Okay. Yes. So if I initiate the definition to create the left at the top right. So provide a name and description. So just say Azure policy for location. The name, yes. Type Azure policy for location. Azure policy for US location, something like that. So you can copy that and paste it in your description. You don't need to type. So under category, leave it as create name.
You say under category.
Leave it as create new.
Okay.
So just hold on. So from the right panel, add the allow location policy. So click on policy. So go to basis level. Click on policy. Okay. So now, so click on add policy definition.
Yeah, that's what
No, there's a button. There's a button there.
Button where?
That is saying add policy definition.
because I was so persistent and calling him that, hey, what's up?
Right here.
Yeah.
My message. Yeah, and you want to talk if you want to go to the language. They'll just let yourself. Yeah. All right.
Then type location. Let it be small letter. So click on allow locations. Second to the last.
Add.
Yes, click on that. So go to just a minute.
Go to where?
Just a minute, please. Ẹ padà sí basics yẹn. Go back to that basics. Basics. Click on use existing instead of new. Ẹ lọ sí drop down yẹn. Check if you can see location there. Scroll, you need to as you scroll down, drop down here. I'm not scrolling down.
Go check.
It's in alphabetical order.
Okay, it's not there. Okay, so click outside. Click outside. Click on create new.
Create.
Create new. Create new. Create new under the category. Okay. Go to next. Okay. Check that box of allowing location. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Click on next. Click on next.
Want to click it? Next again?
Yes.
Okay.
Just go to review plus create. Click on create.
Says starts no parameter.
Oh, okay. Go back to policy parameter. Policy parameter. Instruction will clear. Policy parameter. Policy parameters. Okay. Click on that allow location. Let's see. Can you click on it?
Click it.
Okay, go to value type, set it, set the value. Okay, use the initiative parameter, yes. Check the value. What do you have inside the value?
Not inside the value.
So click on review plus create then. Then create.
Policy parameter.
Policy parameter.
Put a value, maybe 1 or something. Put a value, maybe 1 or something. Can you type?
It won't let me type nothing there.
It won't let. What is it giving us? There's an X at the top here. Cancel it. Yes. Press OK. I don't know why it's not allowing us. Create and assign and change the definition. Okay. So return to Azure policy page and select definition. So this is definition. Okay, select initiative definition. No, select. Okay, you know what? You know what? You know what? Look at the scope. Change that scope. Change that scope from Azure subscription to, you know, you can see your scope now. Change it to that resource group that they create. Yeah, change that scope. Okay, could you cancel that? Your LLC definition type here. Click on policy.
Initiative for policy.
Initiative. Go to category, let's see. Okay, so don't worry. Just go to initiative definition. I don't know why. But Drew, the scope, yes, she lost the scope here again. Click that blue. You can select. You can select Mori Shoking Venture. Can you click on it?
Yeah.
Choose subscription. Okay. No, just choose that as just subscription one. Choose that as subscription one. Click. Okay. Click select.
Bless you.
So, sorry, just a minute. Because the instruction of one be by you is that select initiative definition at the top and provide a name and description. That's all. Hello, Sibena. Go to that policy. Hello, Mr. Shem.
Yes, sir.
So go to that. So click on initiative definition, the second option. Looking. I don't know why.
Oh, right here.
Yes, right here. Okay. So initiative location. A change the subscription. See, it be blue icon element. Let's see if you can change it.
It's still only one option, low and bed.
That's the problem. You know what we created was inside resource group. You understand?
Right.
So it's not giving us that resource group. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the issue. Okay. So cancel this. Okay. So provide the name. Just type initiative. Just type initiative.
Here.
Yes. Just type initiative. Add the allowed location policy. Okay. So click on next. Add selected policy to the group. So I click on add policy definitions. Or let's try something. Cancel this. Cancel that. Maybe excellent. Cancel this. Click on next. Let's see if Click on next. Click on next. Click on next. Click on next. No, previous. I saw something there. On check only show parameter that needs input. Okay. So click on review plus create viewer. Click on review plus create. This is as a parameter. Click on create. Let's see.
This initiative has no parameters. Co-created.
That's no parameter. I think the problem is because of that resource group that was set lẹ́ẹ̀kan. I understand. Resource group that was set. So what you do is type policy again.
You said type policy again?
Yes, from that place. Click on that's a policy. Click on OK. Okay. So here you already have click on definition. This is policy definition. Wow, definition that's one. Go to overview. Go to overview. At least you need create scenario can review. Okay. Come to assignment. So click on this allow location. Or let's see if click on the edit assignment. Learn more about setting the scope. You cannot edit the scope or area. You see that you cannot edit the scope.
Yeah, what you block it out.
What you gray out. So go to next here. Go to next. Add scope. Go to next again. Sorry. Okay, select these parameters. Okay. Yeah, you have to select a parameter. So cancel it.
Cancel the parameters. Oh,
no, leave the X looking. Leave the X looking. Just cancel.
Maybe.
Yes. Okay. Let's delete this assignment.
Yes.
Yes, delete it. So create another assignment. Refresh this button. Refresh button. Okay. So create another assignment. Let's see. Abi, if you assign policy,
yeah.
Okay, well, no, assign policy. So come to basis.
Okay.
So just type allow. So we'll not just type allow. Can I move allow location? Allow location. Allow location. Just type location. Then you click on okay. Click on add.
Multi-add.
Okay. All right. Policy enforcement enabled. Let's go down now. Just go down here. Assigned by okay, good. Okay. So next, click on next. So under parameter, next, you go to parameter. So check those US. Type US. Can just pick his US. Just type US. Just check them. Okay, good. So go to next.
Mi ò tí select gbogbo ẹ̀ o, ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo ẹ̀ ní ká select tàbí all the US.
Just select it so that when you want to click into where there's no US, you can.
Ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́.
Ó ti ń gbomi mu o.
Yeah, I want to know.
Tí mo kọ́ọ̀pù mẹ́ta omi.
Yeah.
Láìpẹ́ máa gùn.
So click on review plus create and close. Create there. So now go to definition now. Go to definition there. From there now go to definition. Okay. So from this definition, let's see initiative definition. Click on so just type initiative will be
Name. So then the category will be new, create new. So leave it as that. The right one. So click on next. Description, come on, parents, yeah.
No, just click on next. Okay, so it's from the right panel, add the allowed location policy. Okay, so click on add policy definition here. Yeah. Type location, my bro. You click on allow locations. Then add it.
Where's Ola? Ola.
So go back to add policy definition again. So start for tag.
Make my part to come here.
Tag. So you should see something like allow tag or add a tag to resources. No, add a tag to resources.
Well, look here.
Add a tag to resources. Okay. So these are you can pick as many. What's it called?
Add or
Add,
replace
add
tag
to
to
place.
Add a tag.
Add the
Delete this
tag.
one. Ẹ wá síbi 3 dots iwájú yẹn kẹ́ delete it. So let's see add policy definition.
This
So type
Ola
tag.
and Ola and robots are the same them. You know they stay.
Add a tag to resources. Yeah.
Let Patrick come in because I'm seeing class now.
So go to next.
Yeah, that's so.
So you can create a group. Let's see.
create.
No. Go back to previous. Go back to previous.
Okay.
Go back to previous.
Previous again.
Mm.
Okay.
Go back.
I think I'm lost, please.
All the way.
No. I've got lost at add a tag to resource. I think you chose 2, right?
It's just one. No?
Yes. Just
Allow location and tag the resource.
Group. Go back to previous. So
group.
So create group. Create group. So just put Azure policy group.
Azure what?
Policy group. Policy group.
Policy group. Okay.
So copy and paste the same thing. See the display name.
Based on your MOS. Based on your MOS.
Okay, so click on save. So from that 3 dot one what policy group here, click on it. Okay. Don't worry. Go to next. So create initiative parameter. Yeah, supply name, initiative parameter.
Parameters or parameter?
Parameter is okay. So copy and paste it. Let's scroll down.
Yep.
Default value, put 1 there. Let's see. Last install a default value.
Any give your consent?
Just type 1. Yeah. Click on save.
1.
Next. Go to next.
Okay.
So now, allow location, add the tag resources. So go to value type now. Let's select.
Right here?
Yes, right there. So click on that, use initiative parameter. So pick it for the 3.
What's the part of that? Yeah, you want to chat.
So what value?
Value ni any kini be.
How is this value?
No, what?
The last one you need option.
Yeah, put that up.
The first one the first one
because I think it's an array. So click on review plus create. Hopefully it's okay.
I want to let me on it. Ó ti yé yín kan tí mo pé mo jẹ́ kọ́kọ́ tó dáa.
What is the parameter?
Ọmọ yẹn wá pàtó náà bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n transfer.
Kí lẹ sọ?
Go back to previous. Ṣọ́dọ̀ yín ni background yẹn ti ń ṣe background yẹn pariwo rẹ̀.
Oh, sorry.
Sọ fún wọn pé kí wọ́n bá reduce. To be affecting our recording. So go to policy parameter.
Okay.
So this value must not be empty. Check value. Maybe if you see anything there. So maybe value type change here. Set value. So type US. Type USC. So let's let Uncle Kuleo, share it. You are lost by.
No, I'm following.
Okay. That's why it's policy increase.
Yeah.
When you want to see
Yeah, Patrick.
Go to create.
Go to create finally. It's not easy. So let's check for compliance now. We want to check for compliance, but you see, there is no compliance. Why? Because any resources come so far. Sure, you understand. So look at your policy. Allow the allow locations automated, deny, add the tag, modify.
Right.
So the location was the bossy USA. Deny here, link create. You understand the idea?
Then.
So the market to kini yeshe duplicate initiative. Okay, but don't worry, we are not doing this. So return to the Azure policy service, select compliance. So
go back to home.
Yeah, go to the Azure policy.
Policy.
Select compliance. Under getting started. And you will comply. Why? 100%.
Then.
Why? Did I need any resources? For example, take a deploy on resources to Canada, or see USA, or see UK, or let's get reduce the compliance level. Yeah. Let's get so.
I have one resource by compliance. So
we have, because you have deployed.
Okay, I've deployed the one that
before we are setting this policy. Scope here. It's like we are running a business. All of a sudden, policy they pay account. As at the time the policy yẹn délẹ̀, àwọn kan wà, àwọn èèyàn kan ti fọwọ́ gba owó in cash. So àwọn yẹn ló mú policy máa ká mọ́ lọ́wọ́. You understand? So that's how it is. No, they've not done anything wrong. The policy will just let them know that. So now we have 50% of our staff that are collecting money with cash. So let's reduce it, let's stop
The
it.
name of the book.
Let's understand the position anyway. So check for remediation tasks. So there's no need for remediation because you are in 100%. So remove your policy administrative.
Doctor.
Would you like us to remove the policy, or you want us to know how this thing will work out later?
Oh my do Abi.
No, Joe.
Okay.
But the policy will just restrict you. For example, she not to pay US because they pick. So let's say, okay, let's do something now. Oh yeah, go to type virtual machine there.
Virtual machine.
Yes, at the top. When you are searching for anything, you know where you search. So that's it. Click on virtual machine. So let's create this virtual machine. Click on create. Yeah.
Wait to under my
What's
own,
that?
it gave me different one.
Select the first one. To allocate.
Yeah, so
Okay, Azure. It gave me different type of virtual machine, Mumi.
Select create virtual machine. Only might get the first option.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've done that.
Okay.
So now, go and pick that resource group that you created. But eventually, there's nothing in that resource group. Drop it down.
Azure policy.
Yeah, but there's nothing there for him. We're not able to.
Oh, we're able to select your own name.
I was saying that there was no policy on Azure policy. Hope you know. We're trying to put a policy on that resource group. But because the resource, the policy now is on the subscription level, so it's going to affect all resource groups. Hope you know. So put the name of the virtual machine. Now put your name. I'll push your VM. She'll VM. No, all together. Now region, yeah. I change region is Canada.
Àti báyìí ń di kìíní yìí náà, ẹ kúlẹ̀.
I'm a cover. So it's in Canada Central. So scroll down. Lost image. So pick your Windows 10. Yeah, scroll down. Okay, so change that size. $8.
Ọlọ́fẹ́ là ń wá o.
Ọlọ́fẹ́ báwo? Rí pé 1 gig, 1 visual, but you want to sign in. The next 20 minutes, pushing rule.
Windows 11 le mi lo.
Yeah, 11 is okay.
Check motor.
No. Pick 11 is okay. It's just.
Ọ̀fẹ́ ni window kini fẹ́ mi o.
Kò sí kankan tó jọ fẹ́ o. Go to size.
Ọ̀fẹ́ ni 11 fẹ́ mi sẹ́.
11 lè jọ fẹ́ fún yín sẹ́.
Free service and GBH. I've seen it. Let me pick 11. The same price, no need. Actually, 11 actually, I mean. Okay. Same size, same price. Let me do it.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, good. So you need to change the size. Look at your size. It's saying standard B. Àwọn Indians no máa ń lo size yẹn dáadáa because it's $8 per month.
Damn.
So just pick the one
51,
for
62, 110.
pick the one for $106.
Ṣáà náà la máa san owó yẹn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ lágbára jù sọ.
Ah,
So put your username. Ẹ mọ̀ pé bí machine bá ṣe dáa sí ló máa ṣe máa ṣe fast. Tẹ bá lọ mú síbẹ̀ yẹn after 25 minutes ó sì ń sign in ó sì máa roll báyìí. You won't want that now. So kí ni kókó 1 gigram? Ẹ mọ̀ pé 1 gigram ní machine.
yeah.
Ẹ máa fi 1 gigram máa wé 16 gigram. Ẹ rí yàtọ̀. So put your username and password. What do you normally use for your username?
Ṣé administrator can't hold me to it.
What you normally use for your username now? I don't want to call anything for you. Abukule, region wo lẹ mú?
Region, Canada mo mú.
No,
Canada
pick another
Central.
region. Pick another region from the Europe. Pick another region from Europe.
Okay.
There's something I'm trying to do.
Germany.
Okay, so just pick Germany, maybe UK Central. Okay, so your username is Sheon King. No, Sheon King is okay. King is okay. So
Okay.
provide your password. But if you don't know any password, use Nigeria at 2022 because it will require a complex password. So it will be Nigeria capital letter N at 2022. So it will require a complex password. Just provide it. So confirm the password. Ṣé ẹ rántí pé ìgbà tí mo kọ yín earlier in the class, I was telling you about the JSON template. The JSON template was talking about deployment. I can also use as a template to deploy, right? Then you also said something about when you are deploying and there's a deployment failure. The JSON template will give you the error for you to fix it. Do you remember?
Yeah.
So you're about to experience that now. I can bet it with you. So scroll down. Check this. So this is how you can save money now. So let's assume you have this license now. It will save you about 40-something%. So go to disk. Next disk. So under your disk, under OS disk type, drop it down, pick HDD rather, standard HDD, pick last one. So down to save the cost. Go to networking. In fact, okay, so your default RDP port is open, which is port 3389. So keep going, go to management. So you see enable auto shutdown. Click on it, check that box. Enable auto shutdown. Auto shutdown. So now put 11 p.m. your time. Remove that 7 and put 11. Just remove the 7 alone. Put 11. So now come to the time zone. Drop it down. So it should be in -6, right? Pull up. Okay. Okay. Your time zone should be -6, right? Or be -5. Or be -7 then.
Ṣé +1 kọ́ ni Texas ni? Kí ni time zone Texas?
TST, no. Central time.
Central time -6. I'm right now.
Yes, yeah.
6 in Texas, my dear 5 lọ́dọ̀ tiwa.
Right.
You know, -5. Just there. So now scroll down. Okay. Go to next. So basically, there's nothing else you want to do here. So click on review plus create. I can bet it with you, you will not be able to create this machine for 2 reasons.
Restriction on location.
So you can see that it's giving you error, right?
Failed.
So click on your error. Why is it not validating? No, that's not your error. You need to validate. So can you see now? This is your JSON script as it's providing feedback to you.
Allow
JSON
location.
scripts here. So what error is it? So click on click on raw error. You see something amazing there now. Can you see now?
Yeah.
You see your deployment template now giving you an error. So if you don't answer that deployment template, it's motivating that JSON script. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So go back to the summary error now.
Go back to where?
The summary now, the summary beside it. So look at the error. What error is it saying?
Allow location. Policy.
So you can see now. So click on allow location.
You don't come. If you go back.
Sign in.
Hi, Emma.
So policy and listen to tell you that so here you can now begin to come and verify those policies. Go to parameters, you see it there. So what's it select here? So it's telling you those are the locations that were allowed, that is allowed that you can work in. Can you understand? So location only you only by the create the machine.
Canada.
So can you see how your policy works now?
Right.
Okay. So yeah, parasim doesn't create machine. That should be the first tab. The first Azure tab. You can call it create machine now. The actual tab to like belly. Not this one now. Metaleshi. The first one. The one before this.
So I like Azure training.
Tab okay.
Oh shit.
Azure tab metaleshi. So close this error. You understand?
Yes.
So now this is what you do. This thing is not indicating where your error is. Normally, we are going any red sign either on basis or disk or networking or management, or you understand. But
yes.
he has pop up that error to you on your template, deployment template. So that you share. So where do you correct that? Click on basis. Click on basis.
This is.
Yes, now. So scroll down to your region. So pick anywhere in your United States. Like you know that you check the other time.
The device on this one, right?
Yeah, see region, Canada Central here now. So pick East US.
Pick US.
Yes, boss. Pick East US. Ìbúlẹ̀ tún lọ mú yìí.
Ṣé gbogbo àwọn 17 ta pick tẹ́lẹ̀ yẹn ni ká pick ní ọjọ́ sùn?
No, you are picking any one of it. Because they're picking just to make sure that it falls into the United States now.
Okay, West US.
So you have decided to go with West US. Okay, no problem. So like I said, it's likely you have 2 errors while you are trying to create this machine, right? And you have seen the first error now, right? So click on review plus create from here.
Yeah, you can hear you now.
Hopefully the second error, okay. So now he's telling that you have passed this level, but I'm sure the second error will pop up. Click on create.
So I'm on devices right now. So under devices, I will check for the.
So it's deploying now. Okukule Boni, setting deploy.
Okay. Yeah, I can see your screen right now. So when I go to PCO, when I go to networking. Okay.
Okukule share not in deploy.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Because we need to change it on that all devices first, right?
Now why is your deployment taking time like this? Click on that notification button, okay. Maybe blue icon. Yeah. So let's monitor the progress here.
Wait, am I sorry? Hold on.
Now I don't know why it's taking.
No. At Eagle's screen first. It's showing you something.
Man, ariwo bẹ̀rẹ̀ pọ̀ gan-an.
Ṣáàrù ọ̀dọ̀ mi.
Okay.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà.
When you change it, it's actually
Sorry, ma'am.
Hello?
Yeah, we are here. It's still deploying.
Why is it taking time?
All right, my one has been successful.
Okay, so refresh this tab. Yeah, because it was successful now. It's more than 2 minutes. No. Refresh the whole tab. Deployment still ongoing. So the loyalty was successful, sir.
Ben.
Okay, so you can okay, good. It is not complete, but I was expecting that it will complain about your tags, but maybe we didn't set up the tag very well. You know that tag. Oh, yeah, could you create resources in it? It should allow you to put tag on it. You understand? Okay, so now go to resources. Click on go to resource. So now you want to sign in into your
Where's the
this thing.
resources?
Níbi tó ti
Okay.
or you can go and search for your virtual machine and you see it and click on the virtual machine.
I've seen it, sir.
Okay, good. Now can you see connect? It's at the top.
Yes.
No, it's also so click on connect. Okay. So I want to teach you another way. Go back to that overview. Go back to that overview. Okay. So at the other side, you see public IP address. Click that public IP address. Click it to keyboard. It's at the other side. Yes. Copy. Click on that clipboard.
Copy it.
Yes. Yes. Now, under your search now, inside this your machine, as if you want to search something from your normal computer, from your local computer. So go there. Type RDP. RDP. You are not searching, you will type it. RDP. Hello, Mr. Shi, what's going on? RDP. D for Dodo. So click on run as administrator. Run as administrator. Have you clicked on it? Hello? Hello, Mr. Shion, Mr. Queen, anybody?
Want to click on it. So it's trying to make changes to my laptop. So should I click no on that or
No, click on yes. Sir.
make changes to my laptop?
Yeah, I did not see
Click
how
on
deep
yes.
you.
And lost search as if you want to search for
Yes.
something. Oh, yeah, remote desktop connection. So click on it. So now paste that IP address there. That's the name of the machine. Paste it there. Click on connect. Now I'm not sure this is no. You did not use Oluwaseun Ogunjebi, remember, as your username. That's not what you use. Do you remember?
Right.
What did you use as your
But
username?
this is the IP address I copied.
What did you use as your username? But I create like
Sheung
King. Yeah. So if your was salary,
VM.
the raw username Sheung King now.
Okay.
That's why I was saying you should look for a common username. To be full password Nigeria 2022. You understand?
Okay.
Because this is the name of your computer. That is not the name of the computer. Tell copy that to Azure. So now go to more choices.
Use different account, right?
Yes. So provide the username now. Sheung King, Nigeria at 2020. Capital letter N. Nigeria at 2020.
Nigeria at 2022.
So click on yes. So clear alpha.
Okay.
Did you
Welcome to the
did you
Okay,
see the magic?
Baba.
Bado.
Badu, Badu. So, computer inside computer.
Exactly. Computer inside computer.
so when you hear hyper virtualization, we will experience it. Inside this computer is automatically connected to the internet. You can run your YouTube from here. You can run anything you are running on your normal computer. In fact, I will move training you also the computer. I got to go on the virtual machine. I want to train last bit. Click on accept. Click on accept. Mr. Sheon, click on accept. So imagine if you have deployed one gig RAM. $1 be accepting. Click on yes. So go to that browser. You can start browsing. Go to that browser. I hope you are doing it too. Now, browse, sign into your Azure portal from there. Click on sign in without syncing data. Start without your data. Start without your data. We don't have that time. Continue without this data. Continue and start browsing. Confirm and start browsing. Now, go to a new tab.
Chat
Now go to a new
GPT.
tab.
I remember something.
You can skip. You don't need to sign in. Skip. You don't have that time.
Okay, no more translation. Take.
So now type portal.azure. Ibẹ̀ yẹn kọ́ orí kí ni lè ti máa ṣe portal.azure. Orí URL yẹn. Like your normal, yeah. Press enter. Login. So sign into your Azure portal. Something is wrong with that Gmail. Check that Gmail.
Oh, look. Okay. Type one.
No thanks. No thanks. You send the code, so check your email. Provide the code. Okule, how is it going?
Okule, how is it going? Are you there or not?
So click on show VM.
Fastability.
Click on show VM. Show VM. So now at the top you can see restart and stop. Click on stop. Click on yes. What do you notice?
It says shutting down. I don't know what shutting down.
You don't understand what happened? You don't understand what happened?
No, sir.
You connected to a machine in West US, one of the data centers in West US. And then right from inside that machine, you shut down the machine. That's what you did now.
Oh, wow.
Because if you refresh this, it will be the normal desktop. So, yeah, refresh this now. American machine has to stop. Because every running me by American machine has to stop. American machine has to stop. So, I think you've been able to learn one or two things. So tomorrow we'll start with YORUBA because we've done 3 hours now.
Okay, so thank you.
Mr. Johnson,
Yes, ma.
my metrics is not working though. All of it that came to help me with my metrics. It's not working yet though.
Let's sync later now. When will you be available? Let's sync later.
It's been like 4 days already.
Kí lè tó ń pariwo náà?
Yeah, the sister. Please let us come closer so that she can speak to this. Come and speak to the mic.
Okay, why is it not syncing for how many days now?
See,
I've deleted the agent, all the agents. I've done it more than 4 times. I eventually
you don't
raised
want it. You don't want it. When it comes to people working and troubleshooting, they put people under pressure and they want to solve problem for you. The problem that you have been creating for 4 months, that you yourself, you don't even know what you did. You would want it to be solved in less than 1 hour. So if maybe tomorrow when you're available, join this our call, this our training. When you join, we can now look at that environment, take our time. Nobody's under pressure. You can say, okay, let's verify this, let's verify this.
What time?
What
I don't know if I'll come
time?
and visit Mr. Sheon tomorrow, but I'll try because I have some encryption. I have like 1 hour to encrypt tomorrow.
Come to sisters, just come to their party now. So just come around. You can do you understand? So let's look at it together. Let's see what.
Yeah, I already raised the ticket with Microsoft, Sha.
Can you send me the SR?
They've not even said anything.
Go and change that ticket to severity A now.
Yeah, I did
because
B. I did B. That's why, and I raised it yesterday.
Okay,
I did moderate.
Probably you don't have the money for the organization. I don't have the money
I'm
for.
just trying to cut the Owojare. I don't want to be spending that much money.
So I have.
Don't worry, they will reach out to you on Monday.
Okay.
I have my major class tomorrow with Yeah, I don't know. Don't teach me though. I have class by 1 p.m. tomorrow with
What do you want to train tomorrow?
I don't know
Nobody, but you are sounding very far.
Okay, morning class pẹ̀lú my regular class tomorrow by 1 p.m. But I don't know me to my community. I don't know if it's you or someone.
It's the one now.
Okay.
I'll be the one to.
Maybe start up on Sunday. Abi, what's her name again?
Our family.
Tosin. Yeah, Tosin Ajala.
Our Ajala.
He's the one that will teach you. It's Baba I want you.
Oh God, they shush your mouth.
She's senior colleague wa lẹ sọ̀rọ̀ sí ẹ ṣọ́ra yín staff it.
Senior colleague, kí wá lè mi?
Senior professional student lè ti kọjá scale wa PhD. So staff it. So please, maybe tomorrow when you are around you can just join the call. We'll look into it. And
I'll just send the meeting ID to her. She doesn't have to be.
Maybe I'll just come here tomorrow.
Yeah, so we can just come there. So I don't know. Uncle Kunle, will you be able to make that 1 o'clock tomorrow? So I will just run it together, since all of you are on the same. So it will be easier to maximize that time together.
Ola never call final.
Please, serious.
Aláìníkọ́ṣe. Aláìníkọ́ṣe.
Mr. Ṣe olóńgbè lọ́wọ́ mi lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé tí mo dé láti fi ṣe ìgbà maráyè rest mo sọ fún wọn pé ìgboro rẹ́rìn Nàìjíríà màá lọ jókòó ti bọ́ọ̀lù nígbà táwọn èèyàn mo tẹ̀lé kan sọ̀rọ̀ tí ìgbà tí mo wo bọ́ọ̀lù àwọn tèmi kan mọ̀ mí níbo mo lè wà ní tírénì báyìí látàárọ̀ dalẹ́.
Mr. Dawson, quick question.
Yes,
is it possible to change an IP address of a domain?
Of a domain? Yes, it's possible.
Where will I go? Where will I do it?
Let's do it tomorrow. 3 a.m. Lèmi wà báyìí orí tèmi ti ń gba ó ti ń pariwo.
Okay now.
Ṣé ti gbọ́? Tomorrow I'll be well rested because I can see that 9 p.m. lèmi wà mẹ́rin. This is I'm sure I'll claim I'll be 10 o'clock.
Auntie Tuni. Tuni. You are fucker.
All right. So let me stop recording, and I appreciate everybody on this call.